I'm having a hard time getting it together because I'm looking over here at all Nancy's treats.
Well, you can eat them right after we're done.
That is the plan. You know, you always wonder what happens to the food in the food shows, right? And we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, and we've got kind of some different angles. We are going to do a giveaway, so we'll be talking about that here in a few minutes. But you know, Amber has the coolest tradition that she did with little kids, and I would love to hear about that first.
Okay. Well, with our kids, we really tried to instill into them that love is action. For God so loved the world, he gave.
Right.
And so teaching that principle, but then also, how do we do that? So love is action. And we would talk about Valentine's Day, and it's kind of special because it's not Christmas. And you know, it's not about me.
It's not about presents, right? Yeah. It's about sharing and demonstrating.
So we, you know, you're on a shoestring budget as a homeschool family a lot of times.
Yeah.
But so we got some ideas. We had a lot of vases at the church, and my husband's a pastor, and we had a lot of ladies in the church that are widows, and we would go to the nursing home and take the kids and sing and those types of things.
Made their day.
So we decided on Valentine's Day that we were going to bring, or in action, take some things to these ladies and even our widowed men that just to bring them some cheer on Valentine's Day.
So how did you do that from a budget point of view?
Well, instead of getting like a bouquet of flowers for one person,
like from a florist,
right? So I got a big bouquet, and then we divided it up.
Yeah.
And our church had a ton of those little vases.
The bud vases. They go on every luncheon table.
And we broke them down. Here, I have a little picture. I don't even know if you can see it, but of the kids, and they're all big now. We put them together, and then they made little frames out of foam and hearts.
Like to go on your refrigerator.
Right, and we used the leftover Christmas card pictures to put in them.
There you go.
But here at Rainbow we have even little card sets.
That is the cutest yet.
So cute.
And you know, could make to go with it.
Marketing told me I could give something in a way, and we're like, oh yeah, we should do that, but maybe we need to do something else. So I haven't decided, but I think that little kit will be in there.
I love that little kit. The little heart doilies are hard to find. Those are so cute.
And even more economical is, I know my girls loved origami. And these are
They're
hearts.
all hearts.
Yeah.
So cute.
So you could even make your own flowers, put them in a vase, and then take them to people and spread some cheer. And put some love action out there for people.
And you know, if you were to get crafty and glue those to like on a bamboo skewer, you could put that in a bud vase, and now you have an everlasting little reminder
That's a cute
of love. You know, on that vein of the cards and things, I thought older kids can get in on the Valentine, because Valentine tends to be cute and little kid focused, and you know, look at them. Their strawberries are looking at me. I thought, what a cool thing to get into writing thank you notes, just a heartfelt note, maybe like you said, a neighbor or nursing home. And practice your handwriting.
There you go.
So we've got these neat markers. These are DUO.
Calligraphy.
You know, there's calligraphy. That's what we've done. And now there's lettering. To me, it's kind of like the same thing as like ceramics is to pottery. It's like the same thing, but rebranded. So we've got a lot of really cool things. A couple of craft kits. Now these just came into my description box to write about today. So those are just like hot off the presses.
She's like, these gotta go on the video.
Well, I thought, what a neat thing to make something heartfelt and then to share it. So, speaking of sharing.
Well, I think those are such good points, because I do feel like, you know, you get through Christmas, and then a lot of times for most of the world, we're in the winter time during Valentine's Day, and everybody's kind of got the winter blues, and so just a little bit of cheer. And I think it's such a great idea to help the kids think of how can we think outside of ourselves and serve other people.
That's an important lesson, especially after Christmas, which feels like it's all about, you know, get.
Right. Yes.
It is magical to watch your child give something that costs them their time and their pride and joy a little bit into their project, and then to see the reaction of someone as they're receiving it. And it's a magical moment, really, watching your child learn that gift. And it's something you learn by doing.
Yes.
So
and I think the more they do it, the more they realize this feels so good to give to other people, to think of other people, you know. So I think that's wonderful.
And you have so much yumminess over here.
Well, you know, I just think
you give your kids good food, cute food. I was not this mom, so teach us.
I was talking yesterday with a couple of people, and we were talking about how, you know, as moms, a lot of times we live in the Pinterest days, you know. So I think that we can we can kind of be all or nothing. And sometimes it's like, oh, one year you do all these great things and the kids are like, oh, this is awesome. You did all these things. And the next year you're like, that was exhausting. I can't do that again. And I think we set the bar too high because of Pinterest. And it's like, it really doesn't have to be
just social media in general.
Anything complicated. Yeah. Well, and if you think about it, you can take anything your kids are eating that day and cut it in a heart shape. If you're having pizza, cut the pepperonis in a heart shape.
So maybe pick up some cookie cutters next time you're at the store.
Cookie cutters, or I mean, for pepperoni, you just cut a V in the top and it's pretty much a heart. You know what I mean?
How did you do this pretty thing in the table?
Yeah, this is a fun little craft. I was thinking of something that would be really simple to do that moms would have at home, that moms and dads would have around the house. So this is just from a shoebox. You know, I cut some cardboard. This was a pizza box, but cut a little heart out of whatever cardboard you have laying around, whether it's a shoebox or a pizza box or, you know, a box you got in the mail, whatever size you want. And then really all you're doing is taking tissue paper.
I loved this as a kid. This was my favorite.
I never did it as a kid.
We still do it in Bible school and stuff now.
I love it.
So fun.
I mean, I feel like when it comes to tissue paper, you can't mess up, and that's what I love. I'm
it's a really cheap art medium.
It's so cheap, and it's so much fun.
So you've got some white glue.
Yeah, white glue. All you need is the cardboard, either streamers or tissue paper.
I never thought of doing streamers.
Yeah, the nice thing about these is you're just going through and snip, 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 and cut them into little
texture.
shapes. Yeah, so some glue, and then, so I've got a couple different shapes here. This one was from a shoebox last night. And all you're really gonna do is spread a little bit of glue, you know, on your heart. And I will say, like, for the little kids, I think that, you know, if they have a short attention span, maybe let them do just a section of it and they can work with another kid, or give them a small heart. And just let them do it however they want. That's another fun conversation I had yesterday, is a mom was saying, you know, it's really not about like the end product. And we think that with Pinterest.
We're like,
process. It needs to look like this.
And the memories.
It's the memories. It's the journey of getting there and letting them be creative, because that's what makes art special to kids, is getting to make it their own, getting to really, you know, create with it. So just spreading a little glue and just doing it in sections, because if you do too much, it'll start to dry.
Right.
And then all you're doing is just taking your little pieces of tissue paper, and you know, you honestly, you can't go wrong. Whatever size you cut them is fine. And you just kind of bunch them up.
And if they're not perfect, it's fine.
Yeah. And you can actually just even let your little kids just kind of crunch them up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
if they're getting tired of winding it around the end of something, they can just squish it.
Either way. And then you just really take that and you just stick it on there.
Ta-da.
Yeah. And you go all the way through. You can do it really dense. Like, I think sometimes the older kids like it really thick and plush and roughly, so then you can stack them close together. But for little kids, they just might put them, you know, every so
quick
often.
And easy.
So quick and easy and super cute.
And then you can put a little picture in the middle when you're done or something.
Ooh, that's a good idea,
And you could give this away. So we could tie that in to kind of our
and
sharing
I just put a little
others.
string on this one to hang. But that's so simple. You know, you've got yarn or string or whatever.
Speaking of sharing, hand me one of those skewers there.
Okay.
I want to look at this.
The little,
I want to see what you did here.
Yeah.
They're
so
hearts.
These are just kind of, I did these just to show how simple. Now, everybody has toothpicks or, you know, you can hold that one. That one's falling a little bit.
Okay, I got one for each hand.
Hey,
This one's...
so I just cut
it's
some
like
Rice Krispie treats in heart shapes. And I'm like, you know, whatever you eat normally or whatever you want to buy for the kids. You know, a lot of people these days are doing lower sugar.
Yes, I took a bite.
I was going to say, are we eating?
Yes, you touched it and I ate it.
But I figure, you know, Rice
good.
Krispie treats are gluten-free, so a lot of families like those. And I just cut them little heart shapes. I think
cute.
the little cookie cutters
darling.
are awesome. But even if you don't have a cookie cutter, it's not that hard to trim it.
It's
with a
still
knife.
just fun and something a little
Yeah.
different and a little special way to share a holiday. What's in
Absolutely.
the red bowl there? That
Oh,
is
this
a
is our family's
cute
favorite
bowl.
dip ever. It's just, okay, so this isn't so healthy, but a block of cream cheese and a 7-ounce thing of marshmallow cream. And just mix it up. And if you don't want to use red dye, because a lot of people are not using red dye, just put some dried strawberries in it, like the little freeze-dried strawberries.
Sure.
And it
Kind of
makes it nice
powder
and
it.
pink. Yeah.
Okay.
Sprinkles on the top.
Yeah, I like the sprinkles.
But I think the goal is just keep it simple. You know,
Yeah.
you can even use toothpicks if you don't have bamboo sticks. You know, whatever you would eat for breakfast. If you're gonna have pancakes, make them in a heart shape. Serve them with whipped cream and strawberries. You know, if you're gonna
I'm
have
here for that.
grilled
And
cheese or
And
sandwich.
your kids may even enjoy doing it. My kids were all about displaying.
Where they,
when they're, especially in the middle school ages.
Yeah.
So they would have enjoyed actually making this themselves. So take some of the pressure off yourself and let your kids get involved.
That's right.
In making them, or we can make it for dad coming home later. Or
and we even sell the little kid-safe knives, which I love. So they could. I mean, all you're really doing with your strawberries is you're just notching them at the top. You know,
which
you're just
cutting out the middle
V.
anyway on a strawberry. So
so cut a little V in the top, and all of a sudden
darling.
you have a heart shape. You know?
We'd love to hear any ideas you have.
Sure.
Leave us a message. If you've got some neat little kitchen thing or a neat little craft thing, we would love to see it. Definitely. Maybe even if you've done some cool ideas for like what Amber said with the taking cards or you know.
Nursing homes.
I love to hear what other people come up with.
Or who would you write a thank you note to? Who would just love a thank you note? Because people hang on to those.
Yeah.
They're so valuable.
Put something in your mailbox for the mailman, or different, cute ideas of how you could bring someone some cheer.
And even within your own family, I feel like for siblings sometimes, you know.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Sibling rivalry is a thing.
Yeah. So, there's a set in here of postcards and stickers. So even little kids could practice writing their name.
There you go.
And give their siblings a little Valentine.
Yeah.
You could even hide them around the house and go look for them. That would be fun.
That'd be cute. I saw an idea the other day where they just took Post-it notes and they cut them in a heart shape, and everybody in the family took a few, wrote something that they love or appreciated about their siblings, and put them on each other's doors.
I like that.
And I thought
so
that's
simple.
really sweet and simple.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a big thing, just integrate it into what you're doing. Do a couple special things, by just cutting your food into a heart shape or whatever. Kids think that's pretty cool.
Right.
It doesn't take a lot, really.
And
Kids, I think that's pretty cool.
Me too.
And you can also just make it with love and sit down.
That's right.
And express your
Yes.
love to your kids.
That's right.
Especially if they're a words of affirmation type of child, to hear, you know what, we're going to go around the table and we're going to talk about Brianna. Everybody's let's say something nice about Brianna. Something we love about her. Let's say something and maybe take that time. You know your kids best.
Right.
What is their love language? Do they want to receive
nice about
something?
Brianna. Brianna works in marketing.
Yes.
We did a giveaway on our first episode of season 2 here.
Yeah.
And I want to emphasize, so make sure that you're checking your comment because this is going to air on Friday. The next Friday, we're going to have a message on YouTube. So we can't direct message on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're going to leave a message on your comment that you won. And then you're going to email us and I'm going to send you something and you don't know what it is. I'll put the doilies in there, but there'll be something else.
Oh, all right.
It was exciting to see all the comments, wasn't it?
Oh, such great
so
comments.
we appreciate you getting involved and leaving comments and things and even questions.
Fun to read.
Yeah.
People have such great ideas.
They do.
So we
See you
look forward
next
to-
time.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.